Hello, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to Business Breakthroughs presented by Invest Ottawa. I'm your host, Barbara Balfour. Stay with us for the next 30 minutes as we chat with local small business owners who have found unique ways to pivot during the pandemic and who will share some of their secrets to staying resilient in challenging times. Today's show is the Commercial and Residential Services Edition, and I have the great pleasure of being joined by two award-winning entrepreneurs in this category who love what they do, and their communities love them right back. You'll see why in a minute, but first I want to introduce our guest tonight. First, I'd like to welcome Ajmal Wardak. He is the owner of GlassMate Window Solutions and Cleaning, which he started 6 years ago in the heart of the Ottawa region. His company provides services such as window and exterior house cleaning and has also been nominated 3 times for awards by the Employment Ontario Ottawa Network, and it actually won an award in 2017. Welcome to the show, Ajmal.
Thank you for having me.
Next, I'd like to welcome Nancy Therrien, who is the co-owner of Stittsville Glass and Signs. It's an award-winning family-owned business that has provided high-quality products and services for more than 20 years. Owners Luke and Nancy are strong community supporters, with Nancy serving as Vice President of the Stittsville Village Association, and Luke serving as one of its directors. They're also members of the Stittsville Business Association and serve on the Stittsville Mainstreet Steering Committee and the Community Design Plan. Thank you so much for taking some time away from your very busy day to join us, Nancy.
It's my pleasure.
Now, I want to start our conversation with Ajmal. You immigrated from Afghanistan to Canada about 15 years ago, and initially you pursued a degree in the life sciences with the ultimate goal of becoming a doctor or a pharmacist. But then you chose a completely different path. What made you change your mind?
So, yes, I came in '05 and I've been living in Ottawa since 2005 proudly. And while I was at university and I was doing sciences, so I took up a summer job with a company called College Pro. And it was one of my most fun summer. I was working outside, working outdoor, being outside. And that's when I started to think about maybe if I could continue this for upcoming seasons, maybe if there is other work or job that I could also just be outside, work outdoor. And that's how the whole thing got started.
Now, when we were chatting on the phone earlier, you mentioned how surprised you were when you first started entering this line of business that all your customers were working at home.
Correct. Yes, I was. I thought we were doing some jobs in the area of Ottawa called Manatic, and I thought, well, everyone has to be at work. And when we went to provide service, I saw a lot of people at home, and it was Wednesday and Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. And I was thinking, what are these people doing? And then obviously when you're on the job site, we have conversation with our clients, and I realized a lot of them were business owners. And that's when I started to think that, you know what, it's not only you got to be a doctor, a dentist, a lawyer, or engineer. Maybe you can also have a good living by running your own business.
Now, there are many different ways to earn a living, and I want to hear more about the actual services that you provide. But first, I want to segue back to Nancy. Now, I also want to hear about your specific product offerings, but the fact is that your business provides so much more than just customized glass showers and tabletops and signage. In fact, your business is such a cornerstone of the community in Stittsville that they basically nursed you back to health from what was supposed to be terminal cancer, and that was 7 years ago. Tell us about that.
I was diagnosed in 2013, and given approximately 2 years, they figured would be the amount I was expected to live. And when the community here found out, the outpouring of support was unbelievable. And they started everything from a prayer line, I think they called it, as well as being mentioned in church services. And I, I, I truly believe that's why I'm still here, because I live with the cancer every day, but they've had it. So it's kind of under control. And so far, touch wood, I've been lucky enough to still be here. But I think it has to do a lot with the support I received and the prayers that I received, that somehow I managed to beat their prediction, and even the doctors can't explain it. So I'm not going to try to explain it, but I'm extremely happy with the support that I received from this community.
Talk to us about what it takes to get to that point where you become such an entrenched part of the community. Tell us a little bit about some of the services that you provide and the customers that you've served over the years. I guess over 2 decades, you're seeing multiple generations at this point.
There's a lot of, you get a lot of referrals and family members, and now their kids are grown with their own kids. We've seen that, and now they're coming to us. So once we're kind of, I guess, centrally located. We're right beside the Village Square Park, which is where all the main events take place. So we kind of jumped right in when they needed help with either staging, or they needed water, or they needed electricity, or anything to do with the events going on. And it kind of started like that. So we started offering up our shop or whatever they needed. And then it slowly became where we were approached to join the Stittsville Village Association. So we started to put on the events ourselves, and it kind of kept growing from there. And then different committees approached us to join them as well. So we did, just so that we can kind of have our fingers on the pulse of this community.
And how did you get started in this business? Where did you get the idea from, and what did you do before then?
Actually, something totally different. I worked as a chiropractic health assistant, but my husband has been in the glass trade since he was 16, I believe, is when he started. And he grew up under M&T Glass, and they were quite a large, they still are in existence today. It's not the same owners anymore, but the other owners, they were the ones that kind of helped him along in that trade, taught him the trade, taught him how to do it. And they were also glass. It used to be M&T Glass and Signs. They dropped the signs along the way, but when they were teaching him, they were teaching him both the glass end of it and the sign end of it. So we ended up doing both a glass company and a sign company.
Okay. Now I want to go back to Ajmal. Tell us a little bit about what you do at GlassMate.
So at GlassMate, we're primarily a window cleaning company. We do 50% of our jobs are window cleaning. Unlike some other companies, we don't do a lot of commercials, high rises. So more than 90% of our projects are actually residential and condominium. So we do exterior window cleaning. We do both exterior and interior window cleaning. That's about 50% of our business. And about 20-25% of our business is actually eaves trough cleaning. So we do exterior cleaning as well. We also clean the interior of the eaves trough. And about 20-25% of our business is exterior house cleaning. So we clean the exterior of the house, the siding of the house, aluminum siding, and a vinyl siding. So primarily these three main services, but we added a couple extra small services the last couple of years because of COVID, because we couldn't do a lot of interior cleaning. So we have added since last year eaves trough repair, which is outdoor, outside. We repair eaves trough, we seal the eaves trough, we caulk the eaves trough, and we also added gutter guards. So we also install some gutter guards.
So how dirty do windows get in Ottawa, and how hard is it to get them clean? Like what goes into it? Tell us about the process.
Well, since we're living in Ottawa and obviously the winter is harsh and everyone's looking forward to the spring. Trust me, when I call my clients, when we email them that spring is coming, they're so excited. And in having clean windows, the spring cleaning is actually a really good ritual in Ottawa. So most of our clients get their windows cleaned about twice a year. So they clean them in the spring, which is around April and May, and then we also clean them in the fall, around October. So twice a year, then you will have clean windows all year round. Windows don't stay clean forever and whole year. So usually twice a year that we clean windows. And also because a lot of people in Ottawa, obviously we have a harsh winter again, they are inside. And then when you have clean windows, it makes a huge difference when you have clean windows and you're looking out the windows and you have a lot of this natural light coming in. And obviously we look out the windows in the winter more than the in the spring. So it's about twice a year, spring and fall, most of our clients.
So with Ottawa's red hot real estate market, are you getting a lot more calls even during COVID?
Yes, absolutely, actually. So we, again, with the whole lockdown this year, Again, it has affected our businesses. We couldn't do a lot of the window cleaning. We made a package for our clients, actually for people who were selling their houses. And we have approached a lot of real estate agents. So we provided them with this curbside appeal package. So what we do, we clean the windows, we clean the exterior of the house, the front of the house, not just only the windows, but the whole front, with its exterior eaves trough, soffit, fascia, siding. Savvy home buyers notice everything, and they when the windows are clean, it makes again a big difference when they go inside the house and for open houses. So we approached a lot of real estate agents, and we actually we did quite a lot of projects. So we have used that to our advantage.
So, how many windows would you say you clean in a typical season? And I'm assuming the season is about 8 months long?
Correct. Yes. So we start our work starts around beginning of April, and it's about 8 months, and we cease operation about end of November. On average, we do about 3,000 projects or 3,000 jobs in Ottawa. Now, we go about half an hour distance again from Ottawa, the small little towns around Ottawa. We also go there. We provide service there as well. We have provided a lot of service in Kemptville and Rockland and Fitzroy Harbor and Carp. So all of our clients are in the Ottawa area or small towns around Ottawa. But about 3,000 this year, probably, hopefully, we get to 4,000. But on average, we do about 3,000 jobs in a season.
And how many employees do you have who work for you?
As of now, we have 21 employees working at GlassMate. We have two full-time staff, which they're working actually throughout the year. They're on salary, they're full-time. Our marketing manager, our production manager, because we do have a lot of admin work in the winter, preparing all the quotes, preparing all those proposals, and preparing for the season. But most of our staff is seasonal, so we lay them off end of November, and then we hire them back beginning of April.
And so, did COVID impact that? Did COVID impact their return to work last April?
Oh, huge. Yeah. So as you can see and obviously know that we start around April and March. So when COVID came, and this was just right about the time we were getting prepared. And when COVID came, we were hugely affected. We couldn't work for about almost 2 months. And when we got slowly started, and that's when we started to find other avenues of business owner entrepreneurs. I had to find other solutions for all the revenue that we lost due to COVID. And we were thinking we can do a lot of interior window cleaning, and we lost also a couple months in our busy season. So what do we do to find the other revenue? So that's when we started the gutter guards, install gutter foams, also providing service like eavesdrop repair. But we finished very strong last year.
Nancy, I want to shift back to you and ask you how COVID has impacted your business and the products and services that you offer. Have your clients shifted their expectations in terms of what they were looking for example?
I wouldn't say they shifted because we deal with, like, if they have a sealed unit that's blown and it needs to be repaired, or broken through and it needs to be repaired. It got a little weird. The first lockdown was one set of rules, and the second lockdown was a totally different set of rules for us. So the first lockdown, we were still allowed to go in and to replace any window that needed to be replaced. If the seal was blown, or they wanted a shower and they wanted it installed, we were permitted to go in and do that. But the second time the lockdown hit, we were not allowed to do that. So all of that had to stop. The only time we could go in was if the window was broken through, then it became an emergency and we could go in and fix that. But other than that, we couldn't go in the house. So we had to switch a few things, and we started doing more of the, like, screen repair. Just went through the roof. It went crazy. And then we offered that if they
Why
couldn't
do you
get to
think
us,
that
that
is,
we would go
Nancy?
and pick it up. Sorry?
Why do you think that the demand for screen repair went through the roof at that point?
Well, it could have had something. Well, we did a few Facebook posts kind of promoting it to try to push it along a little bit. And then the weather. helped a lot too. When we started getting the warmer weather, then all of a sudden everybody just switched right into the screens. And we also noticed that everybody was at home as well. So then they started with the little home improvements, a tabletop glass or the mirrors that they wanted that they decided to come and get. And so they kind of shifted a little bit from the sealed unit window, like the thermal panes, I guess, replacing kind of slowed down a little bit, but then everything else kind of picked up. So we kind of skimmed along. It wasn't the same. And of course, our sales were down as everybody else was as well, but they picked back up again. And now we're busier than ever. So it definitely turned itself around, which was incredible. But so far,
Would
we've
you
been
say
pretty
that
lucky.
would you say that because people were spending more time at home, that they were becoming more attentive towards repairs that needed to be done or improvements that could be made?
That's exactly what we heard. They're spending more time at home. They're noticing more. Their wives are noticing more and getting the husbands to start getting that honey-do list a little bit attended to. And so they started taking care of that. And they started calling us with different approaches, with different projects that they were doing. So we ended up doing a lot of unique things. We noticed that there was a lot of gyms being done in their homes. So there was a lot of mirror walls that they were requesting. And we had to wait until we were allowed to go in. But we ended up with, oh God, way more than what we normally get. Any kind of mirror walls, we get them, but not that often. And it's been extremely popular, I guess, especially since the gyms are still shut. Everybody's just switching that into their basement now and doing it there. So that's kept us, kind of busy at the same time as everything else.
And how many people do you have working for you?
There's 7 of us here. My daughter works with us as
And
well, which is kind of nice.
and who's doing the bulk of the customized glass work?
We have my husband, who's a glazier, as well as 2 other glaziers that work with him.
Okay, and talk to us about some of the work that you do. You've sent us some photographs of some of the interesting signage that you can put together and some of the other products. What are some of the services that you have that you're most proud of or that are the most popular?
Vehicle wraps are quite popular. So we do vehicle wraps. They're quite popular. And so is a channel lettering, so that go in the buildings, and they're like the raised lettering. That's quite popular as well. We do any kind of like vehicle lettering or signage that they need for A-frames or magnetic signs. We do all that kind of stuff as well. Banners are really popular. Pop-up banners are really popular. I guess that's your main sign stuff that we do, which has been actually quite nice because it can be curbside pickup for that kind of thing. So we've been able to continue with that. The glass, everything from custom showers to screen repairs or to create screens if you didn't have them to begin with. We do a lot of sealed unit replacing. So that's the window glass, that unit inside your window frame. A lot of people think you have to change the whole window. You don't. You can just change the glass if it's blown. I'd say the main portion of our business is that. Then we do the custom showers. We do commercial glass as well. So a little bit of kind of everything. The parts come into that too, window cranks and all that kind of fun stuff that people end up needing. And it's been extremely busy with the real estate because the houses selling so quickly that they're trying to get their windows done before the next person comes in. So that's kept us on our toes as well.
Have you always been in Stittsville?
We have. Yep. We started actually next door to the building that we're in now. We were renting there, and we were 2 years in business, and this building came up for sale. And my husband happened to know the man who owned it. So he waited for us to try very hard, because we were in business very long, to get the financing to buy this property. And we ended up getting this property, which was right next door.
And you love Stittsville so much that you got married there.
We did. We were the only people that, even before us or after us, the only couple that's ever been married in Village Square Park. And it was the city councillor, Shad Quadri, that helped a lot with that. And it was amazing. That day was amazing. And all the community was out, and the little community paper came out. And so it was quite the community event.
Ajmal, I'd like to hear more about the role that community plays in your business, whether it's with your team of employees that come back year after year or the houses that you come back to season after season. Tell us about some of the bonds that you've made and whether customers have maybe been more patient or understanding during COVID, if the pandemic has perhaps heightened their understanding of what you had been going through as a small business owner.
Well, we have been very happy and very blessed to have great clients and great customers in Ottawa. So, as you can probably imagine, we are in window cleaning business. A lot of our business come from repeat work. So, our previous client, they call us every year, every now and again, for either window cleaning and eavesdrop cleaning. So, about 65 to 70% of our actual business for the upcoming year come from a previous year. And also the way we provide service and the way we do business. So we hand clean everything. So we hand wash a window, we hand clean eavesdrop, we hand scrub the siding. Now obviously there's a lot of other products, and there's a lot of equipments and technology that you can use, and we have used them, like using long poles, water fit system to clean a window. But we just came back to the very simple and the very basic way of cleaning windows, which is cleaning by hand, and our clients have loved that. So we have, because the fact that we have a lot of people that they come every year to use our business, a repeat client. We they also the second main source of getting new business is actually through word of mouth and referral. We have a fantastic referral program that our clients refer their friends and neighbors and families. So about 20-25% of the people come just from referral, and that's why we have some great ratings on our on online, on social media, on Facebook and Google. On Google, we have we have 5-star reviews. We have the most reviews than any other window cleaning company, and we have the best rating than any other window cleaning company in Ottawa. It's just all because of the community, all the people. And I have known some of my clients for obviously more than 7-8 years, and they know us, and obviously we exchange personal emails. They have my cell phone number, they call us. Not only me, but also my supervisors, my staff. We go to the same house twice a year for so many years. We know them, they know us, and it's always fun, and they always follow up with us. So the community has been a huge part, and they have supported us tremendously, like seriously tremendously, last year and this year. When we were shut down, we couldn't work. When we opened, they have been very adjusting to what we do, and we did. It was a huge demand, so they, even some of the other services that we offer in terms of like eavesdrop cleaning, they said yes. So they supported us and they gave us more business. And same thing this year. They always email us and they call us and text us. They support us. So we are very blessed to have. We have about 5,000 like clients in Ottawa that we have provided service to. We do about, as I said earlier, 3,000 clients we provide service, but we have about 5,000 in our database. That's where we get our most business from.
I really want to know, how do you keep your employees coming back? Because obviously that's such a pivotal part of your business and being able to offer that service season after season.
Yeah. So the way I run a business, I mean, I always tell my employees, my staff, it's more like a family type of business. We actually we have all these programs in our company that our company barbecues, and we also have our midsummer party. We have done in the last few years things like paintballing. We have done zip lining. We have done water rafting. We have done go karting. So every summer I take my staff for that, for team building, and we also have our goals with our employees. At the end of the year, we have our Christmas dinner, our Christmas party, and some of our staff have gone to. I also send them for some a price. They go to Mexico, Cuba, for 1 week inclusive if they reach a certain level. And I'm very blessed and very happy. Yeah, we have actually staff with us working with me since the first day I started GlassMate.
That's, I mean, it sounds like a wonderful gig, and you sound like a great boss to work for. We're almost at the end of our time together. So, can you just tell me quickly, what pain points did you have that Invest Ottawa's digital Main Street program helped you resolve or address?
Well, actually, I have been involved with Invest Ottawa for almost a decade, even before GlassMate. I used to go to Invest Ottawa to their previous location. I think it was off of Gladstone, and I attended their seminars and workshops. And then they obviously went to this new place off of Bayview, and they have helped me not right now, but from the very beginning, from the get going. I highly recommend them. It is for everyone, any business owner, any entrepreneur, whether it's a new business or actually you're in the business for doesn't matter how many decades or how many years. They always have, they always can add value. And uh, obviously, this year they connected us with this fantastic team of digital Mainstreet future program, that transformation team. To be honest, I found them to be too good to be true. When they emailed me that, and when I talked to someone, and they said we can update your website, we could optimize your website, your social media, and I said that's great, but how much? And they said, oh, that's for free. And I said, there must be something going on. But then obviously I did my
It's
research.
wonderful to hear, and forgive me for interrupting, but I want to hear from Nancy what your experience was with Invest Ottawa's Digital Main Street program as well.
Actually, it's quite funny because I had the same reaction. It almost seemed like it was too good to be true, and I was waiting for the catch, but there is no catch. And the
Okay.
teams that they provide are phenomenal. They walk you through everything, no matter if you're experienced with technology or you're not. It doesn't matter. They'll walk you take step by step, give you every file that you need and exactly how to do it. It was amazing experience with all of them. We're about to launch our new website, which they definitely opened my eyes to how important the online world is now, where I used to think we were not too bad. We had a website, we had some social media, but it wasn't the primary focus. Well, it's definitely going to become a major focus now, because it's definitely opened my eyes to how important that whole world is, especially the way things are going now. Canada used to be a little behind when it came to online shopping, and we're not anymore. So you definitely need to stay on top of that kind of thing.
I want to thank you both so much, Nancy and Ajmal, for your time today and for sharing your inspirational stories about what it means to not just be a business owner in these challenging times, but what it means to build a business from the ground up and become a cornerstone of your community. To those of us who are watching today's episode of Business Breakthroughs presented by Invest Ottawa, don't forget to support local. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. Have a great night.